Minecraft. The Ender Dragon, what we're going to do today. A cartoon version of. Very, very cool. Now, the audio didn't work on this one, so that's why my voice isn't matching up with what you can see on screen. So bear with me. I've had to re-record this audio bit, so the words will not match. But there we go. We'll get by. So anyway, the Ender Dragon. This fearsome beast from Minecraft. I'm going to start by drawing a big old circle. Basic shapes are always where we start. And I'm just showing you my rubber now. And that's what we're going to use to get rid of those lines right at the end, but we'll come to that. So that's its main body shape, that's its head shape. It's going to be sort of coming towards us in the sort of angle that we're going to be drawing at. So this is why it looks a bit like a pig at the moment. And that's going to be its sort of nose portion. And just shaping the head a little bit, knowing where those sort of horns are going to go. So they've got a bit of a guideline as to where the rest of the drawing is going to go. So I'm not totally happy with that outside shape, so I'm going to keep drawing that in, and until it comes to a point where it looks right. I'm going to get rid of some of those old lines on the outside there. What you say, it's okay to make mistakes. Making mistakes is absolutely fine when you're doing a drawing. Best thing to do is to rectify them early. If you're going to make a mistake, make it early so you can change it up, get it sorted. If you find you've made a mistake halfway through, then you might have to start again, which is always a bit disappointing. But so starting out with the wings there now, so we're getting the basic shape of where everything's going to go in. No detail at this point, but just showing where those wings are going to come. So I've done sort of two little kinks on there, which are just done with literally 3 curved lines. And then there's the tail. That's roughly where that's going to go, into the distance in the background there. 2 front arms. That's where the back legs are going to be. You can see the positioning of this. It's going to look like it's sort of flying towards us on the picture. Going to define the horns. I was going to call them ears there. I think they're probably more horns than ears, but who am I to know? So just showing the normal shape of a Minecraft Ender Dragon is that block-shaped head, like a piece of Lego. So it's to cartoonify it means to in this case is going to be taking off a lot of the straight edges and replacing them with curvy ones. There we go, that's a better shape for the nose portion there. I'm going to be drawing a lower jaw in a minute. So it's picturing where the eyes are going to go. When putting eyes into a picture, that's often when it really comes to life, and you can really start to see the character in it. So I always think that's an important moment. Yeah, I can see this coming together already now, even if it still looks slightly like a pig. I was going to have a little haircut. No, those are his scales on his on the back of him and up his tail. There's scaly bits right to the end. And then following that line back round, we've got a nice thick tail there, which is going to follow him as he flies through the sky. Or her, actually, sorry. It is a female dragon, the Ender Dragon. There we go, just sort of honing where I think things are going to go, changing those background lines again, get those mistakes in at the pencil stage, and I'm just going to follow this along, give the wings a bit more depth now, and just building up the detail throughout this process, beefing those up and then following them back. And then on the Ender Dragon, she has very sort of distinct sort of structures. I was going to say bones, maybe they're bones, along the wings. So they're sort of the light grey parts that go backwards towards the end of the tips of the wings, if you like. There we go. So I'm just drawing those in so they're a bit more defined. Looks like a flying contraption at this stage, doesn't it? But hopefully it'll look a bit more Ender Dragon-like in a moment. It's quite a dramatic picture, this one. A bit more of an exciting pose. There you go, I've just chosen to do some diagonal ones at the end there as well. So yeah, I mean, we could do an Ender Dragon sort of sitting there, but I chose to do it sort of in a flying towards us kind of pose. I think that's quite dramatic, and then we'll give it a little background at the end as well. Front legs coming through here. She's got 2 little toes on the front leg, or are they arms? 2 little fingers maybe. And on the back there we go, 2 toes. So the rest of the leg and the 2 toes. That's what we would see if we were looking at this angle with an Ender Dragon coming towards us. Hopefully you don't ever have an Ender Dragon coming towards you. That might be quite frightening. Would you be scared if that was happening? I think I would be. So I'm starting inking it now, just to show you exactly where these lines are going to go and not jumping straight to the digital stage. We will do some digital drawing and colouring in a minute on this picture, but just wanted to show you exactly how I would go over the pencil lines with a black pen, and I will rub all the pencil lines out in a minute just to show you what that looks like once it's all done by hand. There we go, get those fierce eyes in there now, that's looking good. Just bringing some thick lines now down the outside there. Always use thicker lines for your outlines, thinner ones for the insides. Generally just think that always looks better, that's why I'm doing really big thick lines for these wings. It's a major structure there. Anything on the outside is going to have a nice thick line. And I'm going to do the sort of bony bits there that lead to the tips in a dark colour just to mark them out. But actually when I go digital and colour this, I will stick to the original colour scheme of the Ender Dragon and make those bits a light grey colour, as opposed to the rest of it, which is a very dark colour. There we go, just doing the bottom jaw there. I've given her some little bits of dragony sort of flair on the underside there. Back leg, foot. And ready for the rubber stage, or the eraser stage. There we go. Rub all this out. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Looking pretty good. I think we're very ready to take a snap of that and get it onto the digital tab, and then we can start colouring. Follow me this way. Here she is. That's the drawing we just did. So, going around the outside. Remember the thick lines on the outside. Follow that rule for most of this. Do you know the Ender Dragon's name? Because I found this out. The Ender Dragon, and there is only one Ender Dragon left now, is called Jean. Yeah. Great name, right? Exciting. Jean the Ender Dragon. So you don't want to kill her so much now, do you? Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should spare her. She's the last one after all. And yes, she might terrorise a few people, but, you know, the last of the species. You've got to protect these endangered animals, haven't we? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm on Team Jean. There we go. So the outline's looking pretty decent. Just got a couple of little bits extra to do. I think we're pretty much there, gang. Yes, onto the colouring stage now. We need a large block of dark colour to start off with. That'll do. Okay, just gotta put in the lighter bits here. So all those scales along her back and tail, and the bits that are grey on the front of her wings in the game. Just doing a little nod to the realism in the game. I put in those light grey sort of bones on the wings. Makes it look like the real Ender Dragon. I've done the eyes in white. That's something I'm probably going to change for obvious reasons. She doesn't have white eyes in the game, does she? I'll sort that out in a minute though. She's really come to life though. You can see the character in her now, can't you? And she looks like she's flying right at us. There's got to be a few more shadows and highlights in here now. That's going to help with the depth of the picture. It's going to help look like she's really flying through the air. And the light source is coming from above or slightly in front. Highlights all over the top of her sort of eye ridges and the horns. There we go. A few more details in this, and I think we're almost there. Really enjoyed doing this one. Let me know what other Minecraft stuff you want me to do. I'm tempted to do a creeper. Yeah, she's almost done. You can see there, just a few more little shadows under there. I think we'll put her in a context in a minute as well. Yeah, she has got kind of pinky purpley eyes, hasn't she? Along with what comes out of her mouth. So I'm just going to add little different shades of pinky purple colour. Like the energy inside her sort of looming behind the eyes there. And a few little spots on the eyes just to make them look a bit more shiny. Little glow around the outside of the eyes, and then just going to pop a little background in just to make it look like she's properly flying across the Minecraft universe. But this is the cartoon Minecraft universe, so instead of blocky edges we have lovely round cartoony ones. It's looking quite atmospheric already. It does need a few more details though. Yeah, a few clouds I think will do the trick. See you next time.